If you didn't know, and if you're not following Instagram, I just came back from Paris. It was such a beautiful trip. It was so amazing, and I got to share it with my favorite people. So I wanted to show you what I got from Paris. Jonathan, my friend Jonathan Liang, and also creative director of Jonathan Liang, is based in Paris. So he brought me to this one bookstore where I found like this amazing book of poems, and it's called Body Found. And I'm kind of obsessed with poets lately. My favorites are Rupi Kaur and Naira Waid. And I don't know, I guess you could say that I have a very old soul. I'm really into some deep stuff. It's about love, it's about life, it's about loss. So this one is really good, and it has some really cool illustrations. I'm into these line illustrations right now, so I think it's really, really beautiful. And this magazine. I love the image on the front. If you can see, it's called Apartamento. Like, the visuals are just stunning. So you have everything from art to people that they feature here, like Canberra Failer. This is actually the home of Andrea Zittel. So she's bought a home out at Joshua Tree. I don't know if you guys know Joshua Tree, but it's a space in the US where people go to find spiritual healing or to get away. And a section of Joshua Tree is kind of dedicated to artists. So she's built her home out in Joshua Tree, and this magazine features her in her home. The other one is obviously fashion. How could I not run away from fashion? This is Review. I love it. I love how thick it is, and this is my favorite color if it's not black and white. Y Project. If you recognize these pants, they're from Y Project. But look, isn't this editorial crazy amazing? Look at that. It's just gorgeous. I love it. Yeah, and that's Review. And these were bought in this one little bookstore, magazine store somewhere. I'm not sure if it's Le Marais, but outside Le Marais, near to Broken Arms, which is a really cool multi-brand store in Paris. If you guys haven't noticed, I don't know if you're following Tavia, but you can see that I'm really into the arts. It's not something that I just started to love. I mean, it's been there for a long time, and it kind of developed even more, especially whenever I go to Paris, because I'm so inspired there. A lot of people are into pottery right now, but I went to this amazing place which my friend Mubarak took me to. It's called Ouen, and it's about like maybe 10-11 stops on the metro, and you get to this area, Ouen. It's kind of dodgy once you get outside the metro, but it's fine. Once you walk a couple of blocks up, you'll see this antique vintage flea market, and you have everything there from like something that costs 1 or 2 euros to something that costs a few 100,000 euros. So the range is just crazy. I fell in love with these little vintage glass and crystal bottles. This one here is a carafe, and this is a vintage one, and it has like this kind of brownish tint. I love it. It's so pretty, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet, but this is part of my collection. So I went to a few different stores, and this is one of my prized possessions. It's got that green on the bottom, some sort of like green, aqua-ish green, very faded, muted green, and then it goes to a pastel-y pink shade, not millennial pink, and then it goes to an orange, and it's so beautiful. This vase is so beautiful, and I spoke to the owner actually, and he said that this is a special piece, and he's so happy that I bought it. My favorite of all. Ta-da! Look at that. It's really heavy, so you know that it's pure it's crystal, but I think it's mixed with something else because it kind of looks like resin-ish, a little bit of resin in there, and it's powdery. It has that powdery blue. When do you ever see this color anywhere? You can't find it anywhere. And I love the grooves on it, and when I think about it, I'm like thinking, who used it? I mean, it was from the 1800s, the 18th century. So I'm happy that I have this right now, and I hope that whatever the spirits or the energy that it brings to my home is something good and something positive, and yes, I believe in that. I picked up these little tiny trinkets as well. I thought this was really pretty, and it kind of reminded me of the painting that I saw in the Louvre. If you follow Instagram, you would see that I put up a painting of Venus and the baby, and I love a picture of a mother and son. So I thought this is really pretty that maybe I could put on my vanity table. And I got these real tiny crystal vases. So like Talia got this for me. She picked the flowers for me, so I could put like little flowers like this and see how pretty it is. We passed by this vintage shop and they had loads of incredible vintage magazines. They had all these French magazines from 50, 60 years ago, and I really regret not buying one of those magazines, but I do have these 3 pieces to show for, so I didn't come back empty-handed. This first one, I'm also into photography. It's a photograph by Serge Lido. I don't know if you recognize, if you're familiar with him, but he's a famous photographer. And she's just resting in this garden with a cactus. And I love that it has nature. I love paintings and art that involve women because, yeah, I'm a feminist. Something just attracted me to this, and I said, I have to get it. Another one is this, okay. So this is an actual ad, an advertisement of a parfum, Luban, I hope that's how you pronounce it in French. And it's an advertisement of a French perfume brand. I thought it was really nice because you see how I'm into the vases, the vintage vases right now. So it kind of attracted me, and I love that black and white look, and I thought this was really pretty and would be a nice complement to the photograph by Serge Lido. Okay, this one is really, really special. This is a lithograph by Alexander Calder, and his focus, his interest is in mobiles. So he makes mobiles, but mobiles that actually move. So there's a lot of motion to it. And who knows, you might see a little bit of this in Tavia's collection sometime in the future. But the lines and also the movement, the colors and everything just made me feel like I had to have this. It was from 1968. So there you have it. There's my Paris haul. That's what I got from my trip. Obviously there's a lot more, but I didn't shop too much. It was more of a trip to get me inspired, and every time I go there I come back like with all these ideas, and that's exactly what happened. And I would implement these ideas into my brands, whether it's Dida, whether it's Tavia, whether it's an event or something like this. I make sure that I come back like fully re-energized and refocused. So I will put all the links at the bottom of the YouTube video, so if you guys want any references, you can find it there. Give me a thumbs up. Tell me if you like what you see. Tell me what you want to see. Tell me what you want me to show you, or if there are any tips and tricks or anything at all, or if you need me to give you an in-depth guide of what I did in Paris because you're visiting. Just say on the comments below, and I'll do my best. And I will try to post at least 2 videos a week, but if I don't, please excuse me because I'm busy. But I hope you liked it, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks!